Planning for an emergency. Planning for an emergency is a very important part of budgeting because things happen and we need to pay our bills when we don't have an income. And sometimes something can happen to eliminate our income. So especially when we don't expect it, things can happen. It's important to have an emergency savings plan just in case you have an emergency where you cannot work or if you lose your job. Sometimes there's a natural disaster or sometimes there's another emergency. However, you need to be putting aside money to pay your bills because your bills are not going to go away. So if you lose your job or you have a medical condition that causes you not to be able to work, your bills are still going to need to be paid. So since you work for an income, not being able to work is going to cause you a financial stress. You will still need to pay your bills and you'll need a plan to do so. It is recommended that everyone build up an emergency savings fund equal to 3 months' pay or 6 months' pay. So, for instance, if you make $4,000 per month, you should aim to build up an emergency fund of $12,000 so that if you lost your job or could not work, you could continue to pay your bills. This can be very difficult to do. So it's recommended that you put away $250 per month. That will add up to about $3,000 a year over 4 years. Sometimes it's going to take multiple years to save up an emergency fund. Let's take a look at your budget page that we are going to fill out. So in order to find your goal for saving for your emergency fund, what you're first going to do is go back to your income page and you are going to find your monthly net pay. This is how much you earn a month in your paycheck. It's after the deductions. So your monthly net pay is what you use to pay your bills. So you're going to put that amount here, okay? Your monthly net pay will go here. Now, in order to save an emergency fund, you want to save 3 months to 6 months worth of your monthly pay. So we're going to take your monthly pay and we are going to multiply it by 6 months, because this is going to be your emergency fund goal. Okay, now it takes time to save up your emergency fund. You're not going to do it in 1 year. So we're going to use 4 years as a goal to save up your emergency fund. So you're going to take your 6 months emergency fund goal. You're going to multiply that, you're going to divide that by 48 months because there are 48 months in 4 years. So it is going to take you 4 years to save up your goal by putting away this much money monthly. That is what's going here. That will be your emergency fund by the month, your monthly emergency fund, okay? So now to give you a quick idea of what that looks like, if you make between $30,000 and $50,000 a year in your annual salary, I used $40,000 to estimate you should be putting around $208 a month away for emergencies. If you're making between $50,000 and $70,000, I used $60,000 as an average, you should be putting away around $312 a month for emergencies. And if you make $70,000 or more, I used $80,000 to come up with an amount of $468 a month you should be putting aside. So that will ultimately build up 6 months of pay when you're not working that you can use to pay your bills. Or if some sort of disaster happens where you need to pay bills without working. Just like this pandemic. We're in a pandemic right now, and I'm betting there's a lot of people that now understand the importance of building up an emergency fund. So do your income, your monthly net income times 6 months divided by 48, and that's going to give you your monthly emergency fund goal to put on your final budget project page. Good luck.